Hi guys, this is Cata Trade and Settling. This is a board game quite similar as Age of Empires, that old game for PC. If you like Age of Empires, definitely will like Cata Trade and Settler. Now I will explain you how to play, how to set up, and more. Let's go there. So here is the box, here's the manual, lots of pieces, a big mess here. Let's set up on the standard version. Okay, this is the mainland already set up. So I need to move my camera. Okay, now we have a mainland with some small lands. Each one means different kind of source, like a cheap, hay, stone, bricks. Here's a desert, and each of these small lands has a proper number. We have as well the source cards. Here is like the bank on the Monopoly. So then we can give the source for each people while the game is going on. So we have a couple of dice as well, and each player hold one like this. Is the beauty cost is as a hold cost wood plus brick. You can place a road or settlements, those small little house, cities and development cards. Here I exemplify the game playing with 4 players, blue, yellow, red and white. This game can be played with at least 3 players, nor less, otherwise the game don't work well. To start the game, we're rolling dice, and then you can choose who you start to play, and if you playing clockwise or not, depends of you. So the first player will place 1 house and 1 hold. The second player plays 1 house and 1 hold. The other player 1 house, 1 hold. The player can choose anywhere here, as long as you don't place a house just beside the other house. The house must be placed on the intersections of lands, but not close to the other house. You need at least 2 lines, 2 intersection here between one house and other house. The last player to place a house will place another house and another hold, and coming back onto the first player to place a house. So this house I can't place here because it's too close to the other house. I can place here because at least 2 intersections from the other house. You can place anywhere, but it's good to have some strategy in your mind. I'll talk about strategy next move. Now I'm just introducing the game. After this, the bank give the source for the second house to each player. Like, this is the second house of the red color, the red player. So the bank give 1 high, 1 wood and 1 sheep for this player. Okay, the second house of the white player was this house here, so the bank gave 1 sheep and 1 wood for this player here. Actually, I don't remember well, but the blue one was this house or this house, I don't remember, but anyway, it's just explaining. So the right thing to do is always hide your cards like this. Don't let the other players know your source, what you have in your hand. Okay, it's always good to have some secrets. And when you start to game, just roll the dice And like here, I have the number, oh sorry, we can see the dice. You have number 6. Doesn't matter if the red color rolled the dice. Here's the number 6. So who has a house around the land number 6 earns some source from this land. So blue earn 1 high, red earn 1 high. Here there's another land with number 6. The yellow one will earn 1 brick over there. Okay. Then the gamer who rolled the dice can choose if you do something, will build a road or build a house or something else. Now the red player have nothing to do. How do you know the cost of roads and house? Here we are, the prices. See, there's nothing to do, but maybe the red can place a road soon. If the red need to have 1 brick, because 1 brick and 1 wood, you can place a road, right? So the player can trade with the other players. Like I can offer for the other players, I can offer high for the brick. Someone want to trade with me? Someone want to trade with me? And the yellow guy in the corner say, yeah, I want to trade with you. I give you a brick and you give me a high. Yeah, okay. You trade, and then now the red guy, the red player, can place a road. Good. Where the player can place a road now? The red guy pay for the road, but can place anywhere? No, just can place close to the other road or from the house. So I can place here, here, or continue in the other road, or there as well. Here, 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 right? So I place this road here. And now the other gamer, the white gamer, will roll in the dice and make generate more source for every player or for no players, depending if the player has house on the land with the number or not. Basically, the players can swap source, can change, can trade with each other, and anytime you want, you can change 4 equal source with the bank. Like in my turn, I can change 4 bricks for another source in the bank. I can give 4 bricks for 1 stone, or I can break 4 sheep for 1 wood. Doesn't matter. You can change in your turn. You can change with the bank 4 source, the same source, for 1 another source. But around the land here, you can see we have some port sheep, right? And this is 3 for 1. So if you have a house here or here close to the port sheep, 3 for 1, you can trade with the bank 3 source, the same source, for 1 in the bank, okay? Because you have the port sheep. But if you have this means you can change 2 bricks for 1 source. So we have more port sheep here. If you have 1 house around here, you can change 2 woods for 1 source with the bank, okay? And we can change source with the other guys in the game in your turn, okay? You can offer, or if the other people offer for you in his turn, you can accept the trade or not. Okay, objective here is obviously rise up your empire around the land. So if you have more house, you have more chance to get source to grow more and more on the land, and get more points. When you reach 10 points, you on the game. One house give you 1 victory point, one seat give you 2 victory points. And talking about the development cards, here on development cards, we need to pay 1 high, 1 chip, and 1 stone. And he have lots of different cards of development. Those cards can be victory points, and then you hold for you, like this is a victory point. You hold for you face down, and you use in the moment when you hit 10 points, you show this, and you can win the game. Here you have another source like a Monopoly. Monopoly. You may play this card, announce one type of source. All the other players must give you all of their source of that type. Like you can choose rock, stone, and all the other players must give you the stones. Look at this card here. Hold a building. Place 2 new hold as if had just built then. So if you have luck in you draw this card, you can place 2 roads and you don't need to pay for those roads. So basically you just need to pay the development card cost, and yeah, have good luck. Oh, how about the city? How about the city? Okay, how about the city? The game is going well here. You rise in your empire. Yeah, but you need to have more points, victory points, so you can pay for build a city, and you need to swap 1 house for a city. You pay for the city, okay, take your house back, place a city here. Now something changed here. If I roll 6 on the dice, instead take 1 source from this land, I take 2 source. If I roll 6 on the dice, right? Instead I take 1 high, I take 2 high, because this player here has 1 city. This player here still have 1 house, so this player here, the blue player, just get one high. Okay, let's talk about the numbers here. As you see, this is the number 11. You have 2, you can see just 2 dots under 11 here, because those dots means how easy to roll this number on the dice. Look, have a look on the number 6. Lots of dots here. It's quite easy to roll this on the dice. Look this, number 12. What a chance to roll 12 on the dice is minimum, because you need to roll 2 number 6. So it's quite hard. It's not a good land to place a house, right? So it's strategy. Number 2. Number 2 is quite hard to roll on the dice as well. You need to roll in 2 number 1s. So not good land to build a house. It's good to build a house or sit on the number 8, number 6. Okay, then number 5 is a good number as well. Oh yeah, but how about the number 7? The number 7 is the most common combination on the dice. All the time when I roll the dice, you have number 7. It's easy. Okay, what's happened when you're rolling 7? You don't have a number 7 here on the land. When you're holding number 7 dice, you move this guy here. This guy is the hopper. So if I roll in the number 7 dice, the first thing, everyone who has more than 7 cards, holding more than 7 cards on your hand, you need to give back to the bank half of your cards. You choose your cards and give back to the bank half of them. So the player select half of those source rounded down because of you can have 9 cards, so you select 4 of those cards and give back to the bank. And who holding 7 dice change the rubber, move the rubber from the desert to another place. Like I can move to here, right? If I place the rubber here, I will stole a rubber 1 card from the player who has a house around here. Okay, I stole random. The guy just showed me like that, and I stole 1. After this, even if any player rolled 11 on dice, this land here don't generate source. Okay, now this land is a shit. But now that guy just lose that land. No, if the guy rolling dice again, number 7, this guy can move the rubber to anywhere. Okay, and stolen source from the other game and everything again. Yeah, but all the time I rolling dice, the rubber is still there. I don't roll in 7 no dice. I'm bad luck. Okay, here among those development cards you have the knight. This guy, you have lots of this guy here. This guy is like the number 7 on the dice. When you buy this card, you use this to move the rubber. Move the rubber in still 1 source from the owner of the settlement or city adjacent of the rubber new Rex is hexagon. Okay. If you have this card, you can use this and move away the rubber from your land. Just keep in mind, when you buy 1 development card, you can't use in the same turn. You need to wait your next turn to use this, okay? Now you have lots of victory points. This guy here has 1, 2, 3, 4 victory points. This guy here has 1, 2, 3 victory points. Everyone has victory points to go into 10 and won the game. Now we have those special cards here. This is the longest road. If you hold this card, you have 2 victory points for you. Okay, how can you have this card? How can you get this card? You need to have at least 5 continual roads like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you get this card from the bank, and it is yours, not forever, just temporary. You can use for 1 game, or someone can steal it from you. How? So we have 5 segments of hold, and if the other guy, like the yellow here, the yellow has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 segments now. He has 1 more hold, so he stole this card for her, for him, doesn't matter. Okay, and then you can have the dispute. Usually you have the dispute for this card during the game. But still have 1 more card from the bank. This one, largest army. It means 2 victory points who hold it as well. So the first player to play 3 knights. Do you remember this card, the knight? Okay. The player who plays 3 knights, the first 3 knights card, gets this card here. Another player who plays more knight cards take this card as the road as the road as well, the longest road. One can steal it from each other. It's the same. If I have the largest army, I hold this. If another guy using more knights than me, he's stolen. Okay, just to remember, you never can build a house beside the other like this. Okay, you always must have at least two straight line between house, between seat as well. You can place here, you can place one seat here, one house here, another house here, another house here, but never close. If we start with this house, we must place one hole here, another hole, then you can build other house. The same for the next house. You must place one hole, another hole, then one house. Okay. But can I change my direction? Right. Yes, you can. Like here, one hole here. Okay, you have one, two holes. Yeah, you're able to place a house here, right? Perfect. Okay guys, I hope you understand the game, the rules. Then I introduce you Catalan trade, building, settling. Then I introduce you to extension for 5 and 6 players, cause this is just for 4 players. And then I introduce you in the next move the Catalan feather. Okay, is an extension, pretty cool as well. And the Catalan feather for 6 or 5 players, right? So enjoy.